Alright, so what we have here is we're at Mill Hill MX Park for Drive to Ride with NSORRA, Nova Scotia Off-Road Riders Association. And we have Hussey Northeast riding on the Cove 450 Rally Edition. So we're taking a 350-pound dual sport motorcycle through Singal Track. Now this bike has Showa style front suspension and rear suspension, and it's very heavily damped. Made to go like 160 kilometers an hour in Dakar, through the whoops in the desert. However, the bike is extremely capable riding through the Singal Track. Steve is a really good A-class rider, gets first place in a lot of A-class. He's probably going to get kicked out, end up an expert next year. Or not kicked out, he's just going to level up basically. He'll be an expert probably next year. He normally rides a Beta 300RR, and so he's here on the Cove, and he is just ripping it. I don't know if you can kind of see the speedometer there, but he's hitting up to 40, 50s. Some of these spots, he might even be getting up to 60. He can really haul on this bike. That motor loves to just wind out. Tractable power. We're running on some Gibson 6.2s in the rear and a Gibson front tire. We have them with tubes. I think we're running around somewhere around maybe 15 psi. And the bike that he's actually following is Stuart Buck at Triple S Cycle Works, his 2025 Beta 300 Race Edition. And as you can see, the Cove is keeping up. You wouldn't know it's a 350-pound bike chasing a 230-pound trail bike, like made for the woods. So there's a few mods that we've added to it. You can see there we got the Astra bars we've added to it. Got some Enduro Engineering handguards. If you hear any dirt bikes and stuff in my voiceover background, we're doing the second day at Mill Hill. It's Women in Moto. It's going on behind us. But you know what? It's a great place to be. Another one of the people that's riding with them, just to make sure everything's good, is myself, Bully Velt, and I'm on my 2025 300 X Pro that I have my suspension set up for my weight because I'm a bigger fella. The Cove is running on the stock suspension. Steve is that average rider that never needs, he fits in the size where the bikes are made for. One of them skinny guys. But man, he's got the skills to pay the bills here. As you can see, he's winding through the trees. He's hitting all the kickers that he can try and hit. And just something else going through the woods. And I was having trouble trying to keep up with the points. I'm a C-class rider, but I was figuring my trail bike, I had to work to keep up with him. If this was in a race, I would feel that I'd be waiting for him to catch up to traffic to catch up to him, or somehow make a mistake. Because as you can see here, the bike is just moving through the woods real good. This is from Stuart's view, and he's going to hit some of these kickers here and there. There's air under the tires. Again, the way the bike is balanced, all the weight is extremely low. So you have 3 fuel tanks. You got about 30 liters of fuel, 500 kilometer range. It's a great dual sport. The whole rear subframe is a fuel tank, very much like the KTM 690 Husky 701s, which are great, do-it-all bikes. Some of the dual sport fellas I ride with, we call it, the small bikes, but it's like the biggest of the small bikes, like DRZs and people with their 250s and stuff, dual sports, or 501s and things like that. It fits right in that range with that rear, that rear tank, but 13 liters of fuel on a 690 or 30 liters, because just like the KTM 790s and 890s, the front 2 fairings are also fuel tanks. You actually have 3 fuel tanks that are put together real simple with some few bolts, quick fuel connects. Make jokes that it's the Exxon Valdez, got all this extra fuel. You could actually, if you wanted, and if you were to get a fitting and unclip it, turn the bike on so the fuel pump goes on, you could actually like steal fuel from it to give to people running around and say like their Honda 250s or 450s with their little gas tanks. It's got amazing headlights. Those headlights, when you're in the cockpit view, you might notice it, but they're super level across the forest. He's also running his Oxbow helmet-mounted light, as am I in the back, and then I've got all my extra lights on my bike, because we're running around at dusk, and you know, in the forest, once you get into the trees and stuff, she gets pretty dark. When in the open spots, it's a lot lighter. There's going to be this wicked spot coming up, this hill climb, and I tell you, we were having trouble, people were having trouble all day, because the route that they've marked out is some of the B and a lot of the A parts of the course when you do the actual hair scrambles with NSORRA. And the fact that we're taking, I'm still blown away. Just watching this video, you're probably, is this the hill climb here? Yeah, this is it. I'm gonna let you guys watch this. All right, we need to see that from another angle because that was quite the hell. So, as you can see, he's flying up this hill. There's two different lines, and on bikes with mooses and our nice Mitas tires, the EXMH gummies, we're just running like some Gibson DOTs here, and the fact that this bike is able to just grunt up the hill, a lot of credit goes to the rider. The skill on the rider is just something else. I'm blown away by how he's handling this bike in the woods. The fact, you know, people are looking at this bike going through the woods sometimes like they're blown away by how it just handles through the terrain. Also, like the damping, it's really damped stiff. So we have it quite soft in its damping, and it's still stiff. We did take it on the motocross track. There might be some photos and stuff that you might see on other social media with Triple S or East Coast Enduros on Facebook. But the bike is just, you can just hammer through stuff. It's maybe not the greatest in hard Enduro Gnar, and these hair scrambles aren't exactly complete hard Enduro Gnar, but some of those spots, like that hill earlier, when it had the rainfalls on it, this red clay, it gets pretty slick, very greasy. But people were taking this bike. This is later in the day. We had a 30-degree day, so it really took a lot of the damp out of the ground. But it's still enough that you can slide the bike around. Steve riding it all day. He's really got a handle for the bike, so we wanted to make sure we got a good video of it. But yeah, we're selling Coves. Coves are now in Canada. And so if anyone's interested in something like this is the rally bike, this is the street legal version. They also have a non-street legal version. However, there are things like ECU upgrades, titanium pipe, that makes it pretty much, because the motor's the same, the exact power as the off-road rally style. And we've done that on this bike. So that exhaust has quite the bark right now. So it's got the full titanium exhaust. I think it's about 4 pounds. The exhaust loses over the stock exhaust, and then the ECU upgrade. So I think it went from about 44, 45 horsepower to about 52, 53 horsepower. And yeah, it really cleans up some of the, I don't want to say like flat spots, but when these bikes are tuned for emissions and things like that, there's compromises that happen. But with the ECU flashes, the compromises are gone, and the bike, the character is transformed. Like there was guys when we did a demo day who took the dedicated off-road rally style. They were like, this is how the bike should be. But luckily we live in a place that doesn't have the whole emissions testing stuff, and you can, you know, if you want to off-road your bike, you can off-road your bike. Us being a Cove dealer, we also we work on the bikes, and we can, you know, somebody orders a bike and says, this is what I want. We have these bikes. This is our shop bike that's for demo rides. It's also for sale if anyone wants it. We've upgraded the graphics. It's got SKDA graphics that are a bit tougher. The bike has low-sided quite a few times on the racetrack, out here in the grass and stuff. You can't even tell. So the graphics are really good. Lime 9's another good one. I think they are starting to get templates for the bikes. We've got the AXP skid plate on the bottom, because the bike comes normally with a carbon fiber skid plate. However, that's great in like the desert, but our rocks here in Nova Scotia, we'd probably crack it. So that AXP high density skid plate is just wicked. So again, like this Cove, what a bike, what a bike. Come try it out. So as you can see, we probably had to do 3 videos to get that clip, obviously, from a follow cam, a chase cam, and then a cockpit cam. In some of those, there's some bloopers that I've been asked to include. So we're going to move into the blooper reel now, and we'll see what we see. Okay, so blooper number 1 is going to have Melissa, and on Instagram it would be
XL Melissa_388.
And she is going to demonstrate how well the Cove 350 can crash. It's an amazing bike. It's like just a big dirt bike. Anyway, take a look. And it was at this moment she realized she fucked up. Alright, so this next one here is, it's not really a blooper, but what it is it's going to show you Steve starting the bike. And because it's an ABS bike, it has, you can actually on the fly while you're riding and before you ride, turn the ABS off. And you can choose if you want only the rear tire, no ABS, both tires. It's got a little icon, we'll show you. But yeah, there's some idiot at the start telling him to go ride the bike, but don't mind that guy. But yeah, he does like some wheelies as he takes off, but you can kind of see him going through the graphics. So anyway, check this out here. So Steve's getting on the Cove, and before he gets going, we got our ABS. So he's making sure, since he's single track on this bike, the last thing you want is an ABS on that rear tire not letting you stop. You want to be able to skid around. So Cove makes it really easy. You can actually do this on the fly. He's doing it before he leaves because he starts ripping pretty much right away. But the menu, it's all done with your left hand on the switches, nice and easy. And he's setting and he's picking which tire he wants for his ABS. Which tire did you do? Just the rear or did you do both? Both? Yeah. So he's got no ABS front rear. And here he goes, and you know, you gotta check the power the bike has. Let's go. Wheelies for days. A little wheelie here. So, yeah, not really a blooper, but this is why the bike is awesome. The 690, you can't do this. You have to stop to do your ABS. Alright, third blooper, last blooper. We feel it's the best blooper. But that wicked hill climb that I said, hey, let's see that again from another angle. I really wanted to do 3 angles, but you'll notice we never had the one where it was the follow cam in the main video because the camera operator had a little bit of an issue when he was going up, and he managed to loop his bike. In the looping of the bike, he absolutely roosts the Cove as Steve's going by, which you'll see. And the nice thing is Stu managed to stand upright as the bike is flipping in front of him, but you can't see because the camera's on his back, but you're going to hear him giggle as he's standing there, and you'll see the camera back down the hill a little bit. That's just him getting out of the way of his bike looping and wanting to land on him. So check this. All right, so that's pretty much the Cove, but if you haven't seen the bike a real good view, this is our graphics package that we have, and like I said, people have crashed it, they've low-sided it, like what you saw Melissa do, and the bike, it holds up super awesome. Like fuel tank, one of these on the other side, super easy to disconnect. It's got quick fuel connects, like I was saying about the turning into Exxon Valdez, but like things like this, you got the quick disconnects. Also at the top, when it's fuel time, you got options, because you got 1, 2, and 3. So depending on your luggage or how you're filling your bike, you can fill it up from the back. Everything equalizes in the bike. Everything is super low in the bike. The fact that the weight is so low, if you watch this here, I love showing this to people. Like my 690, I can't take the bike and just kind of do this with it. Like it gets to about here and it gets really heavy, but the Cove, because all the weight is so low, it's a wicked bike. It looks really dense because of the size of it. Like visual mass, it's a big bike, but I'm telling you, everything is low. It's just plastic up at the top, and just a great bike. And like I was saying, if you didn't see the controls and the switches and stuff, all that stuff in your screen that you were doing, it's all right here. Super simple. Wicked bike. About, I think, 12,500. I don't have the exact number on me. We've done upgrades, obviously, but if you wanted to take a bike, like say a KTM 690, and put your rally raid tower and everything, you're going to be $25,000 motorcycle. Or you can get this, put nothing into it if you want, maybe add some protection, which you're going to do to your KTM anyway, because it's going to come with plastic flags, and yeah, you're going to have a wicked bike. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you're in the Chester Basin area or Nova Scotia or anywhere, if you want things shipped to you, but we're selling the bikes at Triple S Cycle Works. You can see it at triplesmotorworks.com. And yeah, we'll see you out on the trails and stuff, and keep ripping, keep rapping, grip it and rip it. Enjoy, folks.